Okay. So, what is deep culture? The first thing we need to answer.
I think the deep culture is like it's a understanding the other culture, but like not only just culture, but like intercultural experiences. So we have to know like what their costumes are. At the same time, we have to know like their thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like the linguistic knowledge, so like language, word patterns, all that stuff is like super important to it. And then like the knowledge that goes with it, the worldviews that they have, like, or that other people have, that we have, whatever. All of that, the way we behave and the way we see things, and like the groups that we form with it.
I feel like deep culture is like the very, very ingrained, imprinted things within us. And it's like, it's not explicit.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's things that we learn. Like, you can't be like, this is our deep culture. Like, you learn it as you grow up implicitly.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Whereas, like, a lot of definitions of culture is it's like, you come to our country and this is like our things, but it's like that's only the surface level culture. Whereas the deep culture is the underlying thing that causes that mechanism.
Yeah, good. I agree with that. I think that the like explicit versus the implicit is really good and like so true, and like that's, I feel like his main argument is like we think about these things and we make judgments based on them and we call them culture, and that's like a mistake.
It's like an effect of the deeper culture that we have.
Right. Cool. Okay. So then I don't really know what else. There's not much guidance.
I agree. So, like we said,
yes,
deep culture causes what we consider culture. And whilst regular and like generally accepted definitions of culture, so the concept of deep culture is very focused. And yeah, basically the deep culture is what causes our current culture, like how we define it as words.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like in communications class, I don't know if you guys have taken any of those, but like there's low context and high context knowledge, and like with deep culture, it's things that are very high context, so you can't explain it to other people and have them learn it, because it's like the deeply ingrained beliefs that you form. And then our regular culture is just like, this is what we do, these are our customs, but this is like just an effect from the cause.
Okay. So then like when you go to the PCC and they take you through like the culture tours or whatever, they're like showing you the like kids climbing up the coconut trees to get the coconuts, and they're showing you the dances and the tattoos and the like clothes, and like that's like basic level culture. And then they kind of explain a little bit underneath it to like, this is why we do this or whatever. So do you consider that deep culture, that like explanation, or do you consider that like culture, secondary culture, like where would you place those things?
Like me personally?
Yeah.
Could you reword it?
Okay. So, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when we're, like, explaining belief or, like, customs that we have that we call culture, that, like, explanation could be considered, like, to some as, like, okay, that explanation, that why we got here to this custom is, like, deep culture.
Yeah.
So, like, do you consider that deep culture, or do you think that deep culture is, like, even more than that?
I think deep culture is what underlies everything we do culturally,
Okay.
but I think it goes way deeper than we think. Like, I think it's very psychological.
So then do you think that deep culture is caused by, like, environmental factors, or, like, he talks about it as it's something that, like, is almost just, like, born, where we can be born with it. Like, we get to a point where it's so ingrained that we are born with it.
Yeah. I don't think we're born with deep culture.
Okay.
Like, his definition is different from necessarily communications one, where it's like you learn deep culture,
Yeah.
but it's things that you can't teach to someone else. Like, it's ingrained within you through observing the world around you, and you, like, give certain definitions and, like, rules for how the world works, but it's not, like, something you're born with.
Okay. Cool.
So what I get about, like, deep culture is, like, you know, I was born in Korea, and I was living in Korea for, like, over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I know about, like, Korean culture, and, like, not only just, like, know about Korean culture, but I just understand it. But in American culture, like, I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, what the American culture is, but I really, like, I didn't get a lot of things. Like, I don't understand it really. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Like a missionary learn about the culture, but they just understand it. But, like, they don't understand their heart sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's a difference.
Interesting. Cool.
And you talk about it like definitions of culture that are too broad or too, like, simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't understand it. Definitions of culture that are too broad or too simplicity.
Okay. So, like, he makes the argument that, like, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, so, like, when we think about, like, culture in, like Georgia, in the South, like, Baptist religion, or, like, the sect is, like, Baptist churches is, like, really popular. That's, like, a cultural thing. You don't have Southern Baptists outside of the South. And, like, in Georgia, football is a really big thing, and whatever. But it's not just, like, that. People call that culture, and he's like, that's not enough. Like, we have to explain it more than just, like, the things that we do. Like, why are we doing it? And deep culture is that, like, why we are doing it, why we place the label on it, why we blah, blah, blah. But it's not just the why. It's even more, like, ingrained into us as the reasons for it being a big part of our lives.
So it's really hard to understand the deep culture then. Like, it's really hard to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't really necessarily put deep culture into words.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to explain it. Okay.
I feel like that was sufficient.
Yeah.
How many minutes are we?
Almost 10. We have 20 seconds till 10.
We're 9 minutes 23.
9 minutes and 53.
We're at 10:53?
9. No, okay, wait. We're at 10 minutes and 2 seconds. 10 minutes. It hit the 10-minute mark. Okay, I feel good. Who's writing this one? I forgot.
I think me.
Okay,
Okay, I
Sounds
get
good.
the next one.
okay, cool.
Okay.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
Okay, see
Bye.
ya.